What's good with it, YouTube? ATA gang, we in here. Clutch gang, we in here. You know what I'm saying? This video is going to be called The State of Hip Hop. Like on the real. What is your opinion on the state of hip hop? Because I'm damn sure going to explain mine. I really want to bring like a in-depth feeling on hip hop music. I'm an 80s baby, so I like old school shit. One of my favorite rappers, 8 Ball and MJG. Let's keep going. We got T.I., we got Jeezy, we got Lil Wayne and the Hot Boys, we got Lil Boosie, we got Devin the Dude, just to name a few. Bone Thugs and Harmony. Let's see, keep going with it. UGK. Man, UGK was like very, very influential to me. Like, they influenced the shit out of me, you know what I'm saying? Mainly bad habits that I'm still trying to break to this day. But I loved the authenticity of it all. I loved it. I love how the rap game was back then. But if you want my personal opinion, I don't think that the rap game is ever going to be like that ever again. Now, I did a music video, or not music video, excuse me. I did a chime in on the 21 Savage Bizzy Bone situation. I held Bizzy Bone accountable because Bizzy Bone is the OG. You know what I'm saying? He was one of the few cats back then that was really living that life, really getting into shit, really having shootouts, really getting into that shit, man. So I held Bizzy Bone accountable because I feel like he knows better. And man, that shit, man, I love Bone Thugs and Harmony, man. I'm a big fan. So East 1999, East is 1999. See, ain't no regular dude talking shit and running his mouth gonna know that. You probably wouldn't even know who the hell, what the hell East 1999 was. You know what I'm saying? So, I personally think that that's never gonna go back to that. I really don't. I don't really think that, the honesty, the real, that shit was so raw back then, man. Like, I remember I was watching Drink Champs and Snoop Dogg was telling a story about, him and Tupac was walking through Queens, and I guess apparently they just came out with that video where they was kicking over the buildings in New York and shit and all that other shit. Really going in on New York. That's when the whole East Coast, West Coast thing was going. But see, I remember when that shit happened, they ended up running into Nas, and Snoop Dogg was trying to explain, like, hey, Nas could have really been on some general shit and taken me in Tupac life, because I guess they had made a wrong turn in Queens, and them Queensbridge niggas was not finna let up off their ass, man, like on some real shit. So he was just explaining that, and it just was like, damn, that shit was so raw and real, because it was really happening and it was really going down. Now, that's not to say that that's still not going down because you got rappers like 21 Savage, you got rappers like Kodak Black. I'm from Orlando, Florida, by the way. You know what I'm saying? You got rappers that are still like steady up and coming that are really doing that shit and living that shit. But to make it fair and be fair, it's like a handful of niggas that are really doing what they say they're gonna do and living how they say they're gonna live. And that's just that. So, another thing I don't like, and I'm not shitting on anybody, man, you don't really gotta be talented to make money. And that's also a good thing. It's like a tip of the scale. It's opening up doors for people to be entrepreneurs. It's opening up doors for people to really try to get their feet wet, get up in the game and make some real bread. So, somebody I remember it was a 50 Cent interview. He laughed at Juvenile when Juvenile came out with the song Huh. If you don't know Juvenile's Huh, I don't know, I don't know where the hell you've been at, but you can look it up. Juvenile HA for, people that don't know, but like the old school niggas, they gonna know. Like, that is an anthem all around the world. Pretty much like, the Hot Boys had such a strong influence at one time. It took them niggas like a whole decade to stop being hot. Like, it took them a long time to fall off and shit. But I remember when 50 Cent said that he laughed at Juvenile Huh when it came out, but he said he wasn't laughing no more when Juvenile, I think that single in that album that he had out, like I think it went like double platinum, some shit like that. So 50 Cent wasn't laughing no more because he knew that Juvenile had, seen a big bag behind a record that, really don't sound all that hot to the newer generation or to most people. You know what I'm saying? You got to have a feel for it. Everybody ain't gonna like it. I like it, but everybody ain't gonna like it. So back then you had to be talented. You had to have a real authentic background. People don't take pride in that anymore. I don't know why, but if you came out of a city and your background wasn't solid, niggas weren't gonna let you come out no way. And you might get your head bust for trying to come out with some shit that was fugazi anyway. You may just very well get your head bust if niggas, niggas catch you false flagging, man, they gonna do you. They're gonna do you. And sometimes I think that the violence is necessary. Should the violence be going on all the time? No. But you got to separate the line from the ones that's real and the ones that's not. Gangster rap and the era of gangster rap, it was most definitely a lifestyle choice. And I feel like when people are trying to portray a certain lifestyle, it's like you making fun of niggas that have really done been through something. And that's not cool. That's not cool. I know some real deal street niggas that are in my family and that are not in my family. That, it's real deal pain that goes on in them streets out there, man. So I don't see why cats think that shit is just it's just the bee's knees to these niggas, man, But the state of hip hop, I think it's improving, but that's just me and my standards as far as what I want to see. I know that I'm probably not gonna. You can't recreate UGK. You can't recreate Devin the Dude. You can't recreate 8Ball and MJG. You can't recreate Trick Daddy. You can't recreate, these greats, man. You can't do it. You can't recreate these dudes. You can't recreate Juvenile, Lil Wayne, and the Hot Boys, Lil Turk. You ain't gonna be able to recreate Trill Entertainment, Lil Boosie, Lil Webby. Them niggas was so fucking raw when they came out, man. Them niggas was so raw. It was ridiculous. But I appreciated the music not because of the ignorant shit, because it was real, and you had a man just giving his side of the story, man. How you gonna hate on that? How you gonna hate on that? You got a man giving his side of the story. So I can appreciate that. I really can. I can appreciate that. It was all about love, respect, morals, honor. You know what I'm saying? And I was in love with the stories. Notorious B.I.G. Tupac. I was in love with the stories. I was in love with that, these guys are actually passionate about, certain things that was really happening in their life. Like, perfect example, man, Slim Jesus was the perfect example of why the game shouldn't let everybody in. And, people might say, oh, you just saying that because Slim Jesus was white. Well, Eminem ain't white, and he's pretty fucking badass. You know what I'm saying? He's pretty good. Slim Jesus was a horrible rapper that, was trying to talk that shit and walk in the light of drill music, and that pretty much, he got ran off everywhere he went because, once again, you don't honor and respect the culture that drill music come from. Them Chicago niggas is not finna let that shit go down, man. Niggas is really dying behind that drill music shit. Niggas is dying behind a certain lifestyle, period. And it's weird, but it's like an honor system. The honor system is not there anymore, and you got the upper echelons of the rap game. You got those cats that's gonna let it slide, and you got the cats that's down here that's not gonna let that shit slide. They're not gonna let it slide. You can't pay me to be dishonorable. You can't pay me to not tell the truth. You can't pay me to be a sucker. Because my morals and my respect is all I have. My balls is all I have. So that doesn't mean shit to everybody. That doesn't mean that to, some people think that you can just do and say whatever the fuck you want and just get away with it. I give you another example. Tekashi 6ix9ine. Once again, I'm not a fan of Tekashi 6ix9ine. I don't hate the brother. I'm not gonna bash him, but I don't believe him. I don't believe him. I don't believe his story. So he is reaping what he's sowing. I hope he come home, because I don't wish jail on nobody. But what the fuck you gonna do when you do get out? What you gonna do? What you gonna do when you get out? You gonna keep telling niggas to suck your dick and think that you ain't gonna have to reap what you sow, my brother. You're gonna keep issuing out. You're gonna keep issuing out the hand of disrespect before you issue out the hand of love. Cause when it get cold in the streets, you better have your damn jacket on. That's all I gotta say. You know, when it get cold out here, it get real damn grizzly out here. If you ain't, you ain't on your P's and Q's. So, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with most of the things that go on in hip hop to this day. But I'm just giving my opinion because I felt like I needed to. And I want the basis of my podcast to be, man, I'm trying to figure out how I can do reactions to like old school videos and not be copyrighted, because that's the type of feel that I want to bring. You know, I'll be bringing some current shit too, but I'm not really on. I want my podcast is going for more of the old school feel. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have current things, because you got to be current. But I don't want to be so focused on the here and now, because I don't like the here and now. I like the past. I like the old school feel. Period.com. From the East Coast to the West Coast to the dirty South. Midwest, I love all of it. You know what I'm saying? I remember when the East Coast, I ain't even gonna say the West Coast because I don't think it was as bad. But I remember when the East Coast had everything bad to to say about like down south rappers. Period. Like they clowned everybody that was from down south, but the talent was so raw coming out that eventually they couldn't deny us. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember when David Banner was telling a story. I think he was in New Jersey or something like that, and he was freestyling, and niggas thought he was from anywhere but Mississippi. And when they found out he was from Mississippi, they booed him. They didn't want him there. You know what I'm saying? He was from. They couldn't believe that. A backwoods nigga like David Banner could come out of the the woods and just be so raw with it. You know what I'm saying? Outkast. That's my favorite group of all time. Outkast. You know what I'm saying? I love Outkast, man. Andre 3000 to this day is still the baddest motherfucker that ever touched a microphone to me. You know what I'm saying? Andre 3000 all day. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I want to bring, man. I want to bring that old school feel. I don't want to, that's going to be my lane. Like, and I know people are going to tune in, chime in, and watch. I'm still learning. I'm still trying to make my videos more entertaining. I'm still trying to get in there and, knock it out, stay consistent, make my editing better. There's a lot of things I still got to work on. So I appreciate the subscribers I have now, which is only 5, and I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? Once again, I'm going to give you the real when you come to me. I appreciate the 5 subscribers that I have now. I appreciate all of the subscribers that I'm about to get. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep going with this thing until I strike oil, and that's just that. And mark my words. Mark my words. I'm putting it out there. I'm putting it out there already. You know what I'm saying? I got banging ass content to come, all of the above podcasts. There is nothing that I'm not going to have my hands on. And mark my words, I'm telling you, man, we're gonna hit 1 million subscribers, and after we hit 1 million, we're gonna keep going up and up and up. You're gonna witness and see my growth. I got a relentless grind, and I know that this is what I want to do. I'm always gonna be giving my opinion on current things going on in hip hop, and I'm always gonna bring the past in and say, throw the little, the OG shit in there too. You know what I'm saying? It's only right. It's only right. So this is my take. This is my take on the state of hip hop. Do I like it? It's okay. I'm not in love with it. I love the old school era. The old school era is timeless. You will never be able to get rid of that. The music was great. The attitudes was great. There was laws being laid down, unwritten laws of shit that you could do, shit that you couldn't do, and that's the problem. These record execs and these big time label wigs and all that, man, they are not in tune with what's really going on with the people. They're not in tune with the streets. And that's why the music is so bullshit and trash nowadays. They're not getting out there getting their feet wet. They're not, Master P is a fucking entrepreneur genius. You know what I'm saying? You can't create greatness. You can't. Like, once you do it, you have your time period, and that's that, man. So, you don't shine until you wholehearted with the grind, man. This your boy Pharoahe Michael, ATA Gang. We in here. Clutch Gang, we in here. You know what I'm saying? So that's my take on that. I'm chiming in on the state of hip hop, man. And you got more videos to come. I'll be dropping more vlogs today. Hopefully. It's your boy Pharoahe Michael signing off, man. Yiddy down.